Hey, I'm Hava and today is my YouTube Secrets book review. I'm going to tell you all about my opinions and my interpretation of the book that Cannell and Benji Travis just wrote. Yesterday, I read the book cover to cover in like 5 hours. Not a very fast reader, and I give it a 5-star review. Why? A little bit of background about me and my involvement with YouTube influencers is that I joined the YouTube influencers community about 5 months ago. I started researching how to be a little bit more successful on YouTube and everything because I was starting a YouTube channel and I want to succeed, obviously. I discovered Cannell and later Benji as well, and I was motivated, read the book and you'll know why I'm doing that, by his high energy and his encouragement. I worked on what I could following each video I watched, and that said, I still have a lot of learning to apply because I basically binge watched the video channel. Even my mom is familiar with Sean's motto, YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint, because after watching his videos, I might have said it once or twice. It's not a surprise that when this dynamic duo published a book, I bought it on Amazon Prime as soon as I found out about it, which was Sunday, and read it the day after it arrived, which was yesterday, and today I'm making a video about it. I was so inspired that I decided to take the advice given in the final chapter about being creative and trying different types of mediums and art and just exploring, and thus this is my first review video, my book review. Here we go. I took a few notes here on my reviews, so if you see me glance down every so often, it's just I want to make sure I say to you what was important. As I read this book, I used colorful highlighters and pens to accentuate points that I found especially insightful and compelling. Although I don't plan to reread this book cover to cover again, I do want to go back and access it as a resource as I work on my videos and get better on YouTube. I'm going to follow the table of contents as the structure for this video. In the introduction, they started off by giving us some facts. Sean and Benji start off by saying, and I marked a quote, "People on YouTube who are turning their creativity into careers are amassing huge followings and creating lives on their own terms." And that is totally something I think all of us would like to do. Whether it's on YouTube or not, we definitely want to create lives on our own terms. But if you're watching this video, you probably have an interest in YouTube to some varying level. I thought that this was really great because on the next page, they go on to back this up numerically by explaining the increase of 6-figure income YouTube channels over the past couple of years. And throughout the intro, they go on to explain other attractive reasons to get involved on YouTube, such as a boom in new consumers and some other things as well. And having watched them on Video Influencers, I can hear the voices in their writing. I loved that they started off the book with facts and encouragement to fuel my motivation, but also I can hear it's real, it's them, they're not just sputtering off a bunch of numbers. So that was really great. Then part 1 of this book talks about the 7 C's. 7 C's being courage, clarity, channel, content, community, cash, and consistency. And I'm gonna go through each one and just sort of highlight what I thought was interesting and maybe add a little personal touch depending on the subject. So starting with courage, it's important to be vulnerable and brace yourself for negativity, because if you know anything about YouTube, we all know there's haters out there and trollers, and sometimes you can take their comments and make it helpful, and sometimes they're backed by nothing. But be ready for it, whatever it is, and be confident. And remember why you're doing this, because that will help get you through that negativity. Second, clarity. Determine your goals on YouTube and where the intersection is for your passion, proficiency, and profit. Once you figure that out, consider what content you want to offer on YouTube. What value do you want to bring to people's lives? And who is your target audience going to be? And then study them and make sure that you're aligning with those people. Third is your channel. Your channel is your first chance to make an impression, so make it a standout impression. You want your brand to be identifiable the moment someone hits your page. You want them to see what you're about and go, yes, I want to spend more time watching videos by Hava. I hope you do. Fourth thing is content. Benji and Sean always say content is king. And of course content is king, because if you don't have good content, why are you doing anything else surrounding your channel? Your content is the core of anything that you are creating. And Sean and Benji also explain that content is delivered through news and information, entertainment, education, inspiration, motivation, connection, and community. And I aim to use many of those things when I create my content and in the goals of my future videos. And Sean and Benji actually also write that the best creators do integrate all of those things. So think about how many of those different aspects you can use when you make your videos. Fifth is going to be community, and the authors explained that like any social platform, YouTube is a community. That's the reason that a lot of people prefer YouTube to traditional television, is because it does have that two-way street. Not only am I talking to you right now, but you can also go ahead and comment below and let me know what you have to say about it. People like that. We like to be connected because we're humans and we're social creatures. Bear in mind, some of this is my own ad-libs, so not all of this is written in the book verbatim, but I'm taking the book and I'm saying what spawns from it in my own head. Sean and Benji also explain that trust and engagement increases the depth of a community. So it's more than about just having some big number, but also having that number mean something. I aim to do this by replying to every comment that comes across my channel and being authentic in front of the camera. Yes, I've written some notes that I want to make sure I talk to you about, but I'm also being totally real with you right now, and what I'm saying is not scripted. And growth is hard for me, but I'm working on it. If you go to my channel, I only have around 60 subs, but patience is a virtue and I'm really working on it, and following the advice that this book offers, I know that that number is going to increase, and it's not just going to increase, but it's going to have depth because I'm going to reply to you guys and I want to get involved and talk. Sixth is cash. Now, I'm on YouTube because I love to entertain and I enjoy creating video content and sharing it with other people. And although monetizing on YouTube could be cool, it's not currently in my set of goals. That being said, Sean and Benji do talk a lot about it, but they also restated that philosophy in their own words, and I wanted to read it to you. So I bookmarked page 80. Chase your focus, your mission, your passion, and your purpose, and allow money and income to stem from that. A lot of people go to YouTube because they hear you can make a lot of money, and that is true, but that's definitely not the start goal. And if that's your start goal, you're probably not going to make that money because it takes a lot of passion from the inside, and money is an external reward. All that said, it's an internal reward for me right now, which in my belief system means I have the potential to chase that external reward later. So I went ahead and I read it, and I learned a lot about how money can be made on YouTube. I had to make a list because this is all new to me. AdSense, affiliate marketing, creating one's own product or service, free product trade, crowdfunding, events, brand sponsorship, licensed content, and speaking engagement. A lot there. They go into detail. Read the book. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. The seventh thing they did speak about in the 7 C's is consistency. And often people approach YouTube blind to the work and time it takes to build the success they desire overnight. Or they produce a bunch of content right away and they totally burn out. So don't find yourself in either of those situations. Go ahead and read this chapter for tips on how you can kind of pace yourself. YouTube takes time. Again, as Sean says, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Keep that in mind. I keep reminding myself of that. And no one's first videos are going to be their best. Well, unless that's where they stop. But this is an outlet where you learn from doing. And I've even noticed with my own videos, if you go back to my first videos, just 10 videos ago, they are not the same quality that they are now. They keep growing, they keep changing. I'm learning so much with every video, and that's definitely a big deal in this chapter. You learn by doing, don't let it stop you, be consistent, just go for it. Then we get into part 2 of the book, which is tactics. That has to do with social media, discoverability, collaboration, trends and tentpoles, team, and thinking differently. And now I'm going to touch on each of these just a little bit as well. With social media, it was a great chapter to summarize a lot of what I learned in a social media marketing course in the spring. So having gone through an official university course at a tier 1 level university and comparing it to what was in this book, I thought it was a really great match. Definitely worth your time reading and worth getting to know social media a little bit better. Discoverability was the second one I mentioned, and the main thing here was video search engine optimization. Even though I'm a marketing major, search engine optimization still kind of frightens me, but it's definitely an important skill if you want to get discovered out there. So the three most important aspects that Benji and Sean highlighted were your title, description, and tags. Go work on it. Then we have collaboration, which a lot of this chapter was very new to me. It has to do with partnering up with other influencers and increasing your audience, your exposure, and your network. And I think those are some really great benefits, so worth learning. And read the chapter. I don't know what else to say. I mean, there was a ton of great advice in this chapter. So much highlighting in there for me. So much I want to do. I love people. I love to network. I can't wait to explore this more. They also talked about trends and tent poles. Basically, jump on whatever's happening. People are going to be searching for it. It's just going to increase your discoverability and you're going to grab people's attention. That's that. Team. This is something that I've heard time and time again. No one gets through things alone. A lot of people take pride in, I did this all by myself, and that's great. But truly, the biggest successes do not get there by themselves. And YouTube is no exception. So it's going to be important to find people who can help you out, because as you're discovering through either the book, if you've read it, or this video, or other resources, YouTube takes a lot of time and it requires a lot of different skills. In this video alone, we've already covered, whether I've said it flat or not, filming, planning, video editing software, marketing, collaboration, communication, so many vast skills. And some of us are lucky enough to have a lot of them, but it still takes a lot of time. And even if you don't have a lot of them, that's even more reason to team up, because you want an expert to be helping you on that subject. So it's going to be important to find a way to delegate and, as they put it in the book, optimize and offload things from your schedule. Sometimes, like me, I don't know anyone personally who is also into this hobby. So it's going to be important for me to find people in my life who can help me with other things, such as, I don't know, Mom, can you please put my laundry away? I'm in Orlando right now, so that's gonna be a no. But it's those kinds of things where you can seek help from the team you already have around you. And the last thing in section 2 about tactics is think differently. And I went ahead and pulled a quote on 167. I loved this. Casey Neistat said, "If you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong." I like that, because a lot of times we are taught to do what everyone else is doing, and we're taught to take the steps that led other people to success. But we all have different stories and we all have different paths. And truly, the way to stand out is to do it your way. Because if you do what everyone else is doing, you're not gonna stand out. You're gonna look like the crowd. And also, I believe that YouTube is a digital art form, and when it comes to art, we tend to appreciate uniqueness. So don't be afraid to bring that into your YouTube channel. Benji and Sean did provide some awesome food for thought, and they threw out a bunch of questions you can ask yourself if you're trying to figure out what makes me unique. And although I do see myself as different than everyone else, I'm still gonna complete that, because it's great to get clear on what makes you uniquely you, and how you can share it with everyone. In the conclusion, they basically reiterate that YouTube is a lot of work. And it really is. You have got to be motivated and passionate about whatever you're putting up there, or up here. And you probably realize that already. So I want to go ahead and read one more quote to you. Every YouTube creator, influencer, and success story has one common attribute. Because remember, we're all unique. An amazing work ethic. They hustle, hustle, hustle. The number one piece of advice we can provide is that everything comes down to how hard you're willing to work in order to be successful on this platform. So go out there and chase your YouTube dreams. The secret is out. So go for it. Work hard, because if you're truly passionate about it, you should be enjoying this too. I hope that this book review, summary, interpretation, whatever it was helpful to you. This is the smoothie that I whipped up before I began because I'm hungry. But I was talking to you the whole time, so I didn't have time to drink it. So it's still in here. It's a green smoothie. Anyway, I hope this has helped you. Thanks for watching. Click here to watch another video and click here to subscribe.